My hands were shaking so hard that I could barely hold the envelope. And yet somehow, I still remember every single detail of the moment I found out. The sound of my mother's voice echoing down the hallway, the rustle of the thick cream-colored paper, the cold knot in my stomach as my father avoided eye contact with me. But the part that hit me the hardest, the moment that still sends fire through my chest, was when my parents smiled proudly as if they had done something good and announced that my younger brother, Ian, was now the new owner of my Rolls-Royce Boat Tail, my car, my treasure, something I spent years saving for. And they just gave it to him without asking me, without warning, without even a damn conversation. And in that moment, everything inside me snapped. So here's my question: was I wrong for what I did afterward? Or would you have done the same thing if your own family betrayed you like this? Because I swear, even now, I can't tell if I overreacted, or if this was the only way to make them see what they had done to me. So let me start from the beginning, because trust me, this wasn't just about a car. This was years of favoritism, lies, and disrespect piling up until the day it finally exploded. I grew up in what most people would call a privileged family. My father owned a chain of luxury stores, and my mother had inherited land from her own parents. Money wasn't exactly scarce in our household, but respect and fairness, those were the real rare commodities. Ever since I was old enough to notice, my parents treated Ian like he was some kind of golden child. He got the best of everything: the latest phone, the expensive trips, the attention from relatives, the constant praise. Meanwhile, I was expected to be the responsible one, the mature one, the one who made sacrifices for the sake of the family. If Ian failed an exam, it was because he's still young. If I got a 99 instead of 100, the first question was, why not perfect? I didn't resent him back then. I just accepted it. I thought that maybe that's just how families worked, and maybe being the older sibling meant things would always be a little unfair. But as I got older, the differences became harder to swallow. When I turned 25, I started working with my father. Not because I wanted to, but because he tripped me into joining the family business. He said things like, "You're the eldest, you have to help your family grow. And one day all of this will be yours." But even then, I noticed something. Every time there was praise to be given, it went to Ian. Every time there was blame to be assigned, it somehow ended up on me. Ian never worked a day in his life, yet he was treated like a prince. I remember days when I would stay at the store until midnight doing paperwork, inventory, training staff, and making sure everything ran smoothly. Meanwhile, Ian would be in Dubai with his friends on a networking trip, funded by my parents. I didn't complain. I told myself that one day my hard work would be recognized. Then came the car, the Rolls-Royce Boat Tail. My dream car, something I had wanted since I first saw a video about it years ago. I worked extra hours, saved every rupee I could, skipped vacations, skipped luxuries, skipped everything. I was obsessed with the idea of earning something for myself, something no one could take credit for except me. It took years, but finally one day I made the transfer. I bought it, fully, cleanly, proudly. That car represented more than money. It represented independence, freedom, my own success. The first thing in my life that wasn't handed to me or expected of me. So you can imagine how personal it felt, how attached I was, how much pride I felt every time I saw it gleaming in the driveway. Then last month happened. Ian had turned 23, and of course, my parents wanted to throw him a grand birthday celebration. Huge event, hundreds of guests, loud music, fancy catering, the whole package. I didn't mind, it was his birthday. Let him enjoy, but on the night of the event, I came home from work to find the house buzzing. Decorations everywhere. People chatting and laughing. And then my mom called me into the dining room with that excited tone she uses when she's about to reveal something big. I thought maybe she got him a new watch, or maybe another vacation. Nothing could have prepared me for the words that came out of her mouth as she smiled and said, "We decided to surprise Ian with something special. We gave him your Rolls-Royce. Isn't that wonderful?" I swear the room spun. My ears started ringing. I just stood there frozen, trying to understand if I heard her wrong. But then my father chimed in. He deserved something big. And besides, you already have a car. You don't need such an extravagant one. Ian will appreciate it more. Appreciate it more? Are you kidding me? The same brother who once crashed 3 of his own cars in 2 years. The same brother who didn't even know how to responsibly handle a bicycle at 10 years old. That brother would appreciate my Rolls-Royce more than me, the person who worked myself sick to buy it. I walked outside to confirm it, and sure enough, the space in the garage where my car had been parked was empty. Gone just like that, without a call, without a message, without consent. They took something I legally bought with my own money and gifted it like it belonged to them. I felt betrayed in a way I never had before. This wasn't just favoritism, this was theft, disrespect. A slap to the face. But before I continue, I need you to hear this clearly. This wasn't the first time they crossed a boundary. This wasn't the first time I felt like I was only valuable to them when they needed something. And that night, after years of biting my tongue, I finally reached my limit. But before I tell you what I did, I want you to answer this honestly. If your family gave away something you worked years for, something deeply personal to you without asking, how would you react? Pause for a second, think about it, and tell me genuinely in the comments what you would have done in my place. Because what I did next changed everything forever, so here's what happened after. Later that night, I found out where Ian had taken the car. He had driven it straight to the birthday venue, showing it off like it was some prize trophy he earned. Music blasting, people cheering, him giving high fives, calling it his ride, like he had even put a single rupee toward it. I drove to the venue, anger burning through my veins. When I arrived, the crowd parted as I walked straight toward the car. Ian saw me and smirked. "Bro, what do you think? Looks better with me, right?" That one sentence, that one stupid sentence pushed me over the edge. I didn't say a word. I walked straight to the car, sat inside, locked the doors, and drove off before anyone could stop me. Ian ran after me yelling. My parents called me 20 times. I ignored all of it, but I didn't go home. No, I went straight to my lawyer, and with shaking hands and pure determination, I filed a theft report. I provided proof of ownership, transaction records, insurance documents, everything. My lawyer assured me that legally, no one could take it from me, and that giving it to someone else without consent absolutely counted as theft, even if they were family. The next day, the police contacted my parents. They were shocked, humiliated, furious, but for the first time in my life, they were powerless. Completely powerless. Ian returned home embarrassed and furious. My parents demanded that I drop the case. They said I had disrespected the family. They said I had overreacted. They said I made them look bad in front of everyone. I told them this. You didn't lose my respect yesterday. You lost it years ago. Yesterday was just the moment I finally stopped pretending everything was fine. The aftermath was messy. Relatives called, neighbors gossiped, social media buzzed with rumors. My parents tried manipulating me emotionally, but I was done. Completely done. I moved out 2 days later and cut off financial involvement with the family business. Within a week, their stores began collapsing because I handled most of the operations. They begged me to return. I refused. Ian apologized half-heartedly, trying to make it seem like he never asked for the car, but I knew the truth. He enjoyed it, he basked in it, and he didn't care about me losing something important. He only cared when he got caught. Eventually, the case was closed after I got the car back. I withdrew the report once I had what was mine. But the damage to our relationship was permanent. I haven't spoken to them properly since. I don't plan to. I'm building my own life now, my own business, my own independence, and for the first time in years, I feel free. So here's my final thought. Family doesn't give you the right to disrespect boundaries. Family doesn't mean ownership. Family doesn't mean you stay silent while they walk all over you. Sometimes, the only way to make people understand your worth is to stop allowing them to treat you like you have none. If you were on my side, like this video, if you think I did the right thing, subscribe for more stories like this. And before you go, tell me your final thoughts on this whole mess in the comments below. I read every single one. Thanks for listening. I'll see you all in the next story.